Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Clarity Podcast one-on-one session. Today, I really want to talk to all of you guys about this fascinating book written by Mukesh Bansal. It's called No Limits. The foreword of the book has been written by Rahul Dravid, the cricketer, and the preface is by Hrithik Roshan, the actor. Now, I was actually reading this book, and the one thing that really caught my attention was the word no limits. Let me share with you a very interesting personal story now that we're talking personal, right? In my life, change really happened and transformation really happened when I realized that I am limiting myself. I don't know why. And when I actually started going into that why, when I actually started answering that question for myself, I realized two important incidents in my life. Number one was when I was growing up. So when I was growing up, I come from a family of people that have taught several generations of this country. So ideally and essentially teachers, right? Now in India, teachers, especially in the government schools, don't get really paid too much. So I grew up in a family where money was always a conversation. Money was always a challenge, in fact, not just a conversation. And I started really feeling that I had to get out of this challenge, right? I have to be the guy that changes the future of not just the current generation, but my next generation and several other generations of my family. But the change really happened when I realized that I'm actually limiting myself because of this one challenge of money. When I started really telling myself that money is actually not a challenge, I can make as much as I want. What really is important is for me to skill myself, upskill myself, be meaningful, create depth, create enough reference points for me to be able to relate with people, and then add value to other people. When I realize that I need to add value to other people, for other people to really value me and pay me for the value that I can add to them, that's when money started happening. That's when I started fundamentally changing, and rewriting the future and the present of my family, and of course, many more generations possibly to come. And then something happened, which is when I broke my shackles of limits. When I said that what I'm actually doing for myself, what if I start sharing this for the world? What can happen then? If all the clarity, all the light bulb moments, all the epiphanies that I am receiving and getting in my life, if I start sharing all of them with the world around, what can happen? When I started asking this question, then I created the Clarity Podcast. The Clarity Podcast is that one place where I invite some of the most meaningful, the most ambitious, the most incredible people from across and around the world. They might be entrepreneurs, they might be anybody and everybody who have had such light bulb moments in their life and they've created something. Because it is only the creators that I strongly believe that shape the next generation. They shape the future. The consumers don't, the creators do. And that is why I am now getting some of the finest creators from across the world to come on the Clarity Podcast, talk to you guys, share their life with you, share their such personal incidents with you, share their reference points, share their epiphanies, share their light bulb moments with you and what they created out of them. Because the moment that happens to you, you will have no limits. And always remember that clarity is the most important thing in life. Once you gain clarity, you automatically become a lot more confident. You gain confidence. So clarity breeds confidence. And when clarity and confidence happen, finally what happens is action. You start taking action because now you are a lot more confident in life. You're a lot more clear in life. You start taking action a lot more. The moment that happens, your life changes. You change your game forever. For yourself, your family, your present, and your future. And if you go beyond your limits, possibly for the world. That's what the greatest leaders of the world have done. They've gone beyond their limits. But first, for that to happen, you have to really understand your limits, like I did. So money was a limiting factor for me, but then I broke through. Find what's limiting you. And then come and attend each and every session of the Clarity podcast. And if you're somebody that really relates with what we are doing at the Clarity podcast, sponsor us. Sponsor us financially. Sponsor us with resources. And we would love to work with you to come and together change the world. Thank you so much for joining in into the Clarity podcast. I will see you very, very soon, wherever across that you are in the world. Spread clarity and change the world. Thank you.